well, welcome back to another episode of At the Buzzer. Nick and Owen. Episode 3 now for us. Always talking just ball, strictly just ball.
Strictly ball, strictly yapping.
But, first things first, I want to talk about Sunday Night Basketball for the big basketball fans out there. Honestly, I just want to say what the fuck. The script writers went crazy that night. We had some crazy performances. Have to start with the biggest one, Embiid. 70 bomb.
Career high. It was also the same day that Kobe dropped 81 on the Raps. Do you know that?
I did know. I saw that.
So cool.
That's so cool. And so that was also franchise record for 76ers.
Was it?
It was. No and way. Then we'll dive into another player who went crazy that night too. Who he set a franchise record that night as well. But Embiid, man, this guy's crazy. I mean, he did shoot 23 total free throws, which is crazy. 21 for 23 from free throws, but he was shooting over 50% from the field.
Insane.
And he had 18 boards.
Fucking insane. This guy went off. It was about time. As much as I am a Raptors fan, we don't like the 76ers indeed. So happy for that guy. That was fucking unreal. Tuning into that. Crazy. I was actually at work during that.
Yeah.
I was just checking scores, and I thought, the NBA.com website was glitching out for a second. I couldn't fucking believe it. I had to text Nick and text our other buddy Adam, who were watching the game. Oh, it was unbelievable.
It was crazy. And thing is too, there's a clip of Embiid because it was the first time I think he's played against Wemby.
Yeah.
Walked up right beside Wemby, and he eyed him up and kind of started laughing, right? And I'm thinking, damn, Embiid's got to piece him, right? I wish I could say LeBron, oh, he's gonna go for 80 tonight, he said about Kobe. I wasn't thinking that, but that's crazy. But in all fairness, Wemby did put up 33. I thought Wemby was gonna get clapped by Embiid, but Embiid just makes it so when you watch him play basketball, he's like Jokic but athletic.
Yeah,
he just looks like a guy who's just gonna pop that
but
shit.
who cares about NBA? Yeah,
who doesn't just want to go horse racing where at Serbia or wherever. But no, I thought it was dope to watch and whatever. I don't know if this solidifies Embiid for MVP yet. Maybe early. I picked Luka at the start of the year.
Yep.
And Luka now don't even think he's top 3.
I'd give it to Embiid.
I want to. I want Embiid to go back to back.
He was runner up last
year he won it. 2 years ago he was runner up behind Jokic, who went back to back. So honestly, but I don't know if voting fatigue, but SGA is getting up there though. He's climbing.
SGA is on same.
He's climbing, but a 70 bomb, and he's only the 9th player too in history to do it.
Yep.
So, but there's been, if we think about this season, there's been 3 70 bombs. There's been Donovan Mitchell, Dame.
Was that this season too?
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell, 2023, end of start of this year.
Oh, okay, so last
season, or could have been last season, but within the last year, there's been 3 70 bombs. So I'm telling you, the league's
popping the fuck off. It's insane.
And then Karl Anthony Towns.
Finally, this guy, team player, he's been team role model, whatever for the last.
Been there for goddamn ever.
Forever, and he's popping off now. Really, really excited to see this. They're, I think, tied or just under OKC.
They're under now. OKC locked in first after yesterday's one.
Boy, chat, need that for fantasy. But, 62 points, 21 to 35 for shooting, 10 out of 14 threes, and 8 boards. Yeah. Come on.
But take it in, he only had 4 points in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
And then they lost that game. The Timberwolves lost to the Charlotte Hornets that night.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they lost. I think they were up 15 points or so. They choked a 15-point lead. But Cat had some 40-something at half. And what did you say? He was 10 for 14 from 3?
10 for 14.
Yeah, or 10 for 15. One of the two. He was hooping. And again, it's just effortless. There's a one clip. He just pulled up. It was actually because of the Hornets announcer. That guy's jokes.
Oh my god, he did lines before or something.
It has to, bro.
Crazy. Into the game for no reason.
I love the energy. I love the passion. But if I was a Hornets fan, I couldn't listen to this guy for 82 regular season games. And imagine if they made playoffs. You gotta listen to him again. It's hype. It's jokes for social media.
Yeah, it's fun to see him on Instagram or the Reels, TikTok.
My god, a full 4-quarter basketball game of him. He literally yelled "No" as Cat pulls a 3 and. And he's
loud as he can. Too.
Oh my! Imagine you got your AirPods in full volume and then just
that.
Boom, dude. But yeah, so we have Embiid 70, Cat 62 Sunday night. Then we had Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown combined for 73. So 39 for Tatum, 34 for Brown.
Yeah.
Celtics are looking promising. And they've only lost one game at home. Now still the Nuggets.
The Nuggets, yeah.
Because of Jokic and Jamal Murray, bro.
Nice parlay off that. Thank you.
Yeah.
And KD, one of the best. I think the best part for me, or my experience,
this is your boy.
Sunday was my inspiration, my idol, Kevin fucking Durant, who popped off. He got what, 43, 41?
I think he had 43, and then the game before that, he had 40 on the dot.
Back-to-back 40 bombs. Goes in a press conference after.
Yeah.
It's like, Embiid at 70?
Yeah.
Shit, man.
He had 70? Shit.
Thought, he was popping off that night with 40. He's like, I'm the GOAT. I'm the best, whatever. He is.
Yeah.
But then Embiid goes out, gets 70. Cat goes out, gets 62.
Yeah.
Tatum and Brown combined for 73.
It was just straight hooping. And now KD was averaging, he won last week, won Western Player of the Week. Then he's in the last 5 games averaging over 30 points a game.
Yep.
So he's hooping. And now the Suns have won 6 straight. So the Suns are starting to cook up a little bit here. The trio's looking good, which makes me incredibly exciting. And you know what? Talk about how KD had said wow, he got 70 type of thing. One post that I saw on Instagram, I'm not fully sure if it's true. Apparently, the players were asking assistant coaches when they're on the Timberwolves players to see where Embiid was at, so they could help Cat beat that.
Really?
But which is kind of crazy. It's kind of like competition. It was kind of like a scumbag thing. But imagine you just randomly hear while you're playing a game yo, Cat, you ain't nothing. Embiid got 70. What are you gonna do? Go get more than 70.
Maybe why he choked in the fourth quarter too. Stressed out, whatever, couldn't play his game.
Yeah, well, I mean, he shot 21 for 35. So he missed.
Still insane.
It's so great. That's way above 50%. But I wonder. He had barely missed in the first half. So obviously, fourth quarter something happened, or they started double teaming. And when you're a big man like that, and you can't move like a guard. It's gonna be tough, but that Sunday night of basketball, those script writers, man, hooking up some heat, man, heat. But moving to more heat. Speaking of
look at you go!
I didn't even think about that when I said that. Oh my days. Terry Rozier traded for Kyle Lowry, the first round pick. I love triple love, love that for the Heat, man, because the Heat been looking right. Was it you had told me that Donovan Mitchell or something? There's a rumor talking about it on some podcast that Jimmy wanted Donovan, something like that. There's a rumor about that, and now obviously Scary Terry is no Donovan level player.
No,
but Scary Terry. I have him in fantasy this year, and he's averaging 42 fantasy points. He's been.
Did you see all his old tweets and stuff? Though?
Yeah,
the best part about this,
it's full circle.
Is he does not give a single shit about the Heat for the last 8 years of them playing or something.
Yeah,
his whole career he's just dissed on the Heat. Yeah, goes off on Twitter. He's like, woke up this morning, didn't care about the Heat game or something like that. Did the Heat win? Don't care.
Don't care. Don't care. Still don't care.
All that stuff, and now he has to go play for the Heat. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see, if his attitude changes, or he's still I'm playing to win. Yeah, fuck this team. I'm still gonna hoop. Still gonna do scary.
He'll do good. And I'm trying to think Tyler. You got Tyler Hero. You'll have Scary Terry shooting guard. Now you're going to have Jimmy Butler, and you got Bam at center. So they have almost they may if it weren't for Chet and Wemby, they've got the third best rookie in the league right now. Haskins Jr. Could be pronouncing that incredibly wrong.
Probably are, but he's had
good
games where he's popped off.
But he's good.
30 bombs.
Yeah. But this team's looking good. And I think I'd seen a stat today. They're the only team with 3 starters that are averaging 20 plus points.
Wow.
So between I guess it's gotta be Bam, Jimmy, and Rozier now.
Yep.
And Tyler could get those numbers up, but he was hurt. So there's that. I think Suns might be the closest because I know Brad's averaging 18 right now. So Suns might be the second closest trio.
But they've dealt with injuries though.
Yeah,
for the
correct.
first little bit of the year, so I think without those injuries, they would obviously be that team for sure.
Do we think though that the Heat now are a threat in the West or not West East? Sorry, geez.
I would agree with that 100%.
You'd say so.
I think the NBA
contender type of thing.
There's so many contenders out there.
Yeah,
starting lineups are going to go crazy.
Yeah, I'm still picking Celtics come out of there, but with this. I think because the Heat have always just been that underdog team that just grinds it out, right? That's what Jimmy's known for, and they just make it round by round. Yeah. The bubble year, dude. I didn't expect them to go to finals, right?
I want Jimmy to win the ring.
And then when Nuggets last year, right? Was it?
Yeah, he was in. Yeah, he was in the finals.
Yeah. So the Nuggets, against the Nuggets, right? The Heat were playing Nuggets. Yeah, that's right. I'm pretty sure that's right. like again, like these guys just end up in the finals, like randomly, right? I'm right, right?
Yeah.
Like they just end up.
Sick.
It was 4-2 series, maybe
I think it
5-1
was
or so
4-1.
4-1, 4-1. Sorry, yeah.
So
So
we all kind of knew the Nuggets were going to win.
yeah, but the fact that they're able to get like I can't exactly remember who they had to play, but obviously I had to play the Celtics or the Bucks, in getting up to there. Like that would make the most sense.
I think it was the Bucks. I think they did.
I think so too.
Yeah,
and so it'll be interesting to see what they do because they've got the great coaching in Eric Spoelstra, right?
Yeah,
now they've got a great core four. You've got guys that are coming off the bench. Sacrificing that first round pick is not the worst thing at all because it's like that pick is going to be a bottom first round pick, so it'll be really good to see. But speaking, I guess we're talking about the Bucks. The Bucks have now fired their head coach, and then now Doc Rivers is in.
Yeah,
At first I was shocked. I was like thinking, okay, you're second in the East, 30-13 record.
What happened?
It's not the greatest record. Like better than like most of the guys on the West side.
So they're second. They've got Dame. They've got Giannis. But is there something we don't know in the locker room or something that they're not going to release to media? And
apparently there was, and he apparently lost the locker room, so the team, like players,
didn't trust him
after they lost to the Pacers in going like for the in-season tournament.
Oh,
and the thing is, this guy didn't even last a season. God, barely half a season.
You got to give him a chance. You got to give him a chance.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Fire a coach? No, not even a full season. After one, whatever. What happens in playoffs, I can understand that completely. Not even giving him a full season's crazy.
Yeah, well, and now with that, now they have 3 coaches still on their payroll because the guy before this Adrian guy, it's like Bulldozer or something like that. Dozer, I think, or Buzz, something like that.
Okay,
he's a really good coach, so he's still on contract because they fired him. This guy's now still on contract because they signed him, whatever, right? And now they've got Doc Rivers, so 3 coaches on contract, which is ridiculous.
Mike Budenholzer?
Yeah, so Hoser is what they call him, I think.
Okay.
So that was his nickname. But
he's there for 5 years, yeah.
Yeah, so they won the title against the Suns that year with them. And you know what? I actually thought originally it was a problem with Dame because like Dame isn't being Dame right now. Like Dame is like, he's obviously not going to have as big of a role as he did with Portland, but Dame isn't doing
it. He's not Dame time. There's nothing like that so far, but he's still adjusting to a new team, I guess. I mean, he was kind of the role leader of Portland, and now I think he's realizing that
he's kind of behind Giannis.
I'm still here. Giannis will always be the team's favorite, team's role model, leader, whatever. So I think he's just got to adapt to that. Maybe next year he'll be better, and the team will be better for sure with his new coach too. But there's a lot of stuff, a lot of factors that we can think about for all these NBA teams and who's going to win, who's not going to win.
Doc being a candidate right away. They announced yesterday he was a candidate, and then today they signed him. Yeah. So like it's amazing, and he was being a ESPN broadcaster too. Where, like that's what he did after he got let go from the 76ers and got replaced by Nick Nurse. But my problem only that I have with Doc is he's always been criticized for the playoffs. The 76ers, they never went far. No. He's been a coach. He's only won one coach of the year, and that was in 19, God knows, in his early coaching years. But he's won 51% of his playoff games. Yes, that's better than being 49% or whatever. Yeah. But that's to me that doesn't solidify it for me. Because this is a team that they'll make the playoffs regardless. But when it comes to playoff time, what is Doc going to do to make sure they can get past the second round?
Something's got to change. Yeah. Maybe this is his chance to.
But he's got different players to work with, right? Yeah, working with Embiid and having Tyrese Maxey, say with 76ers, that's a completely different thing than working with Dame and Giannis.
Well, it's still completely different, but kind of same idea too.
Essentially,
shooting legend Dame time, and you've got big man Giannis too. Mm-hmm. So he knows how to kind of adjust to that and figure stuff out, but completely different from Maxey and Embiid.
It'll be interesting, but we'll see what happens with the Bucks. Coaching changes happen, and teams either go on a tear, or they stay kind of the same, or they don't. So I think the Bucks can go on a tear. It just depends what their schedule kind of looks like. So it'll be really interesting to see. Obviously, they'll make the playoffs. That was just kind of news that I felt like came out of left field, right?
I remember when I picked you up last night from work, and you just told me out of the blue, and I didn't believe it. There's no way. 43 games Adrian lasted. There's no way they came in. Doc Rivers now. But all right, well,
I don't get it. Do we got anything else like crazy like in basketball? Like it's pretty short and sweet this week. Honestly,
Sunday, like was on a tear. The NBA games besides that haven't been, too like.
I guess
they're outstanding highlights, whatever, but not much for us to talk about.
Oh, I mean,
everybody sees Instagram.
There's a Jaylen Brown ankle breaker. I forgot to mention.
Oh my god!
Yeah. So these guys combined, Jaylen snapped Luka Doncic and like looks sick, and apparently Luka didn't look happy after it, like which makes sense. But I guess too, this week is NBA Rivals Week, so they have like their kind of rival games. So tonight there is Suns Mavericks, and we always know kind of how that goes between Book and Luka. It's gonna be It's gonna be crazy.
Yep.
And I think too OKC Spurs. I don't really understand that one, but
because Chet Wemby.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I could, but I also could be wrong. If that's tonight.
No, I think I saw that. I think you're right about that.
Or that's tomorrow, maybe potentially.
No, today you got Hornets Pistons.
Oh, that's not part of the rivals.
Grizzlies Heat, Bucks Cavs, Suns Mavs, Rockets Blazers, Timberwolves Wizards. There's more games. I'm just listing off all these for some reason. Hawks Warriors, Thunder Spurs because Chet Wemby.
Right. Yeah. So that's right. So Suns Dallas and OKC San Antonio. Yeah. Those are
the two games I have interest to watch.
Those are the two rival games. Technically, the other games aren't.
Well, wasn't there a rival game?
Yesterday, Lakers Clippers Battle of LA, and then there's Battle.
Didn't play, no?
I know, shocking. How do you not play it? It may have been
his arm is too scratched up. That
actually doesn't surprise me. And then there's Battle of Brooklyn, New York Knicks, and that was a really good basketball game.
Yeah, that was good actually.
But yeah, and then tomorrow too, they've got Celtics Heat, which has low-key been a rivalry in finals talks, right? And then Kings Golden State, so that's like the San Fran area, Oakland area type of battle. So
which should be a pretty good game,
That should be, and that's Golden State's first game, unless they don't play today, do they? No, they don't.
They do.
Oh, they do?
Play the Hawks at 10.
Golden State's first game back since passing that coach today.
Is it today? It's their first game back.
Yeah, so because you gotta
really.
I think they traveled somewhere for a funeral.
Okay.
They're now wearing a patch with his initials, which is awesome for the rest of the season, and I think they'll have it on the court too, similar to what they did, with the Bill Russell 6 and all that.
Yeah, it's.
But other than that, no, Rivals Week, a lot to look forward to. Really good matchups this week.
Yep.
Slightly big news, but yeah, that Sunday day of basketball was absolutely bonkers.
Insane.
I can't wait for the next time for it to happen.
I love it. You got big rivalry game tonight. I'm predicting KD goes off against Luka tonight. Suns Mavs.
That's what a lot of comments were saying, that it's going to be a Luka Kyrie duel more than a Book Luka duel.
Well, Kyrie hasn't been the best in the last couple of games.
No, but he did go on a tear. 2 weeks ago, he went on a 10-game kind of tear.
Yep.
But Luka was out those games, so it'll be interesting. And it's in Dallas. I'm sorry, I think the Suns will lose. Yeah. I want them to win, but I think they'll lose. But a lot of good basketball coming up this week. All-Stars coming up, in kind of mid-February, I think. So
yeah, where is the All-Stars this year?
It's in Indy.
Indy. We talked about that last week.
Yeah. So that'll be really cool to see. Yep. They haven't, I don't think, announced starters yet, but that doesn't typically come till probably end of January-ish, start of Feb. So good things coming. But thank you guys again for tuning in for a third episode of At the Buzzer. We will see you guys next week.
Thank you.